Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Kuat NV 2.0 here on the back of our 2020 Chevy Traverse. Now guys, this is going to be an excellent way, pretty much the top of the line platform rack you can ask for. It's getting your bikes to where you want to go. Right out of the gate, I think it speaks for itself of how good it looks. Of course, you're having those nice copper orange accents throughout it. Of course, it's got style, but it also delivers in capability. With a 60-pound capacity per bike, we're going to have no trouble getting most of the bikes we need up on here. Even though those heavy e-bikes are going to have no trouble sitting on here. And of course, you are having a front tire hold and a rear hold on your tire, so no frame contact. As you guys can see, that's going to allow you to carry your nice little carbon frame bikes without warping and deteriorating those frames, which is going to be excellent for us. And of course, we're not going to have any issues with kiddos bikes, step-through bikes, women's bikes with having any kind of weird frame issues, as we're simply ignoring that and clamping right onto that front wheel. Now guys, these are also a great little way of holding on your bikes. The top end ones always are going towards this tire hold format. Of course, it's just controlling your bike, making sure it's not going to be moving, nice and stable for ourselves, which we love to see. Now the arm itself does have a nice little ratcheting feature. To access that, we just bring that down. It just kind of goes right on our tire and won't be moving anytime soon. Now you do have this front cradle here as well that has that nice 18C standard grooving, and it widens out to just about 4.5 inches there. So that way you can actually fit somewhat of your bigger tires. Now I think fat bike tires might have a little bit of an issue actually fitting in there. As you guys see, not the widest out there. And our platform itself isn't that wide either. However, we don't have to worry about that too much, as of course we can exceed that. But just keep in mind, you might have a little bit of issue with those bigger bikes on there. Now one thing that really sets the Kuat apart from the others, of course, is some of its premium features. The big one for me is how we can just tilt this right away from our vehicle. We have this little lever here, guys. We're just going to simply pull that, utilize our arms to walk that entire platform back, and now I can walk up to my Traverse, pop that open, and as you guys can see, we have ample clearance there to get that out of the way. Now the only thing I'd watch out for here, guys, if you have a bit of a longer pedal, we do kind of have small pedals here today, or longer handlebars, you're having a pretty good spread in between both of those. So I don't think we're going to be too worried about it, of course. And also with that, we can quickly access that cargo. We just need, coolers, bike helmets, anything. Nice that we actually have access to that cargo spot for us. But just keep in mind, with those longer pedals and handlebars, you might just have a slight little issue. So just be careful with those as we get it mounted. Well guys, it doesn't take us too long to get this bike off. We're just simply going to walk right up to our ratcheting strips here, press in on that gray lever to release our rear tire, get that strap set through. And that brings us to our last point of contact. So let's make sure we are holding on our bike. Don't want that tilting to the vehicle or ourselves, causing any kind of damage to anybody. Then we come right up to our nice little ergonomic grip here, press in on that button, expose more of that copper orange, and bring that out to the side. And now I can simply grab my bike, walk it off, and be ready to ride. So it takes no time at all to get that off, as you guys can see, and mounting it just as easy. Now these strips like to get in the way, as you guys can see, but if you just loop your wheel under it, bring it back up, and set it there, it'll actually fit itself right in perfectly for us. So I kind of like how that strip sits. Even though it's in the way, it's actually just kind of right there waiting for us. And of course, we can quickly shorten these arms down and bring them into the middle, just to go ahead and start saving ourselves a little bit of space to start making it look nice. Well, let's go ahead and see what exactly we're working with here on dimensions. So one out of the gate I want to look at is going to be our clearance here from the ground, guys. So as we're carrying these bikes, we don't want this bottoming out, causing any damage to our carrier or our bikes. So from the ground to the very end here is going to be putting us right at 26.25 inches there, guys, to the very end of our turning stand. So keep in mind, as those front wheels go up, the back will go down, so will your hitch mounted accessories. So let's just watch that. If we do have any very severe incline, that is quite a lot of height there, especially with that nice little inner assembly, getting us a good purchase. And since we're so close to our rear axle, we should have no trouble at all. But it's definitely something to keep in mind. You start finding yourself doing a little off-roading, getting a little crazy with it. But we go ahead and actually see what kind of length we're working with here on the back of our Traverse. Not going to be the longest vehicle, not the shortest either. So let's go ahead and see from the rear of our bumper here to the very end of our carrier is going to be putting us right at 32.25 inches there from the rear of our vehicle. So definitely not going to be the most length I've ever seen out of a 2-bike platform rack, and we can quickly shorten that down in no time at all. Remember that lever we used to go ahead and tilt away? Well, now we're going to come right back to it, pull it one more time and walk it right up. Now there's no pins or clips you have to worry about. It is nice and secure. You can see very little movement or play in there, which I love. That way when we are transporting in this configuration as well, we're not going to have, you know, mangle and jostling, not going to be hearing it on the back, which is excellent. And we've already gone ahead and saved down a lot of that length that we were working with. So let's see here on the rear of that bumper to the very end now is putting us, I might get it to set, right under 16 inches there, guys. About 15 3/4 to the very end of our anti-rattle device. That's going to be really nice. Get this guy pulled in the garage, or at least a lot more maneuverability when we need to park this at the trailhead. And that's so easy to do, and that's something I really like. That lever's just right there. One thing I like about it too, guys, really easy to walk right up, push that in with your foot, and have it set down. That leaves a free hand for your bike. Maybe you don't have a bike stand like us, so that way you're not having to fumble around with two hands. Actually really nice to quickly access that. Moving our way to the inside here though, we can see that we do have a 2-inch shank here today, allowing us to utilize our 2-inch receiver. Now it just has a little alignment pin and locking core on here. Now one thing I failed to mention early on is that we do actually have cable locks for our platform. So not only is this going to be securing us to our vehicle when we leave it unattended, but these keys will be key to like here. Let me go ahead and show you guys right here on the end. This becomes a great little system. Sorry I missed it for you guys. These guys are going to be integrated. That means they're waiting for us. They're always going to be ready to use. And again, they will be key to like. And you're going to have one on either end of your platform. That way you have a cable lock for each of your bikes, and they will be nice and secured on our carrier when we leave it unattended. Now talking about this though, a lot of times you start seeing a threaded anti-rattle bolt to secure your carrier to your vehicle. However, today we actually have something different, and in my opinion, way better, because it's right here in the front. It's just this little hand knob, guys. And all we have to do, we're just tightening this knob, righty-tighty of course, and that's tightening a cam on the inside of our carrier to our receiver, allowing ourselves to go ahead and get a very nice fit here. As you guys can see, as I shake this entire carrier, it's actually shaking the entire vehicle. I'll give you guys one last look there. That means we're bringing this all in line to one system, making for a nicer, smoother ride for ourselves, our bike rack, and especially our bikes. And one last little thing with that anti-rattle, it actually does have a nice little Allen wrench insert. So if you find yourself going on those long road trips and you're like, man, I don't know, that hand tighten, don't know if I trust it, we can go ahead, put that tool in there, really crank it down, and that way we're not checking every 50 miles. We know it's going to be nice and secure in there, not going to have any rattle, and we're really going to reduce that play and make sure our bikes end up looking good after those drives. So, again, the Kuat NV, excellent little product. One last little thing, it's got a ton of features, guys. It does have this nice little repair stand at the top. That becomes really easy to access with simple unturning of all these knobs. Looks like somebody really tightened it on me here. Go ahead and get a good position. There we go. Get a good purchase. And now I can simply bring that up, get this out in position. And what becomes great about this, guys, you can immediately start repairing your bike wherever you are. No bike gets left behind. We can throw it up on here, do a quick little repair, and make sure we get our bikes home safe and sound. Now, one thing I will say with that, if you're not needing this, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea to have to fix your bike on the road. You don't have to get this model with that repair stand. There is the Kuat NV base, which actually doesn't have that. So if that's not something you need, and you're just maybe looking, hey, in the future, want to extend this to a 4-bike platform, that can be a great little option as well. And with that as well, we're not stuck to just 2 bikes. You know, maybe now we are. Later in the family expand, we got a couple other friends. We can go ahead, put an add-on here, and actually have 4 bikes being able to carried by this bad boy, which is awesome. I mean, I think the NV really speaks for itself, guys. You got the look, you got the features, you got the capability. There's really not much else you can ask for here. Now, taking a look at how it actually interacts with our Traverse in this position, what's nice too, you're actually going to have areas to see out of your backup camera here. So we're not losing everything. Now, of course, you are losing quite a lot right here in the middle, but it's not going to be taking over too much of itself, which I love to see. So, guys, I think that about does it for our look at the Kuat NV 2.0 here on the back of our 2020 Chevy Traverse. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.